Welcome back everybody into another daily recap. Today is the day that is of course the 12th of January, and we're going to see what happened today on gold and Bitcoin. Especially today on gold was the CPI data, CPI day with the CPI figures of the inflation. And as you can see, overall, if we had to do something, I will jump straight to the conclusion. If I had to do something on the as a trader today, I would have placed a nice and clean buy limit 1815, which is a price sensitivity area that we identified, and we saw that for possible rejection today during London session. If there was a real clean trade, that I would have done was place a buy limit and enjoy my life for like 100 pips or whenever it is. Because looking at it on the 1 minute, it wasn't that easy in my opinion. But let's jump into it and look at the price action minute by minute, sort of session by session. As you can see, we're coming from the morning in a very aggressive bearish trend. We were making and printing lower highs, lower lows. As you can see, we were breaking below these previous lows. We have these exactly at London Open. We had this rejection here. Didn't take any trade, but we saw that there was a strong rejection here. But price went like, I mean, the ranges were really, really small. There was not a lot of volume. And in insight, yes, during a low volume time, it was still possible to take a trade and possibly to just have a smaller, I mean, having like, you enter here, you have a realistic, 6-7 pips of trade that you can see if you see price reacting and rejecting here, closing here below, above, you have like 6-7 pips of possible stop loss. And even due to this small loss, you can have, even with 20 pips, 21 pips, you can still have a 3-to-1 trade, which is absolutely optimal. And this is something I still have to work on, because sometimes I'm stuck with my setup. Okay, 10 pips, 30 pips. And if I see that the price is not moving, it's not having that range, I'm not confident in taking a trade. And that's not good. As you can see though, the price went, this is the hourly time frame, went exactly to this previous area. We identified also during the London session that this was exactly the 38.2 area, and price bounced from there and almost never came back. So we had this late London session, which was all, yes, was still identifying as bullish, because we were making new lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, new higher lows and higher highs. Not the cleanest, but still, as you can see, we had also right before New York Open a break and retest of this PSA, which if we didn't have, actually would have been a good trade. But as you can see, we were really close to the key level, and with the CPI so close, we would expect that volatility and volume would decrease, because we had a very, very important report coming out at this time. So I'm not really liking entering trades here, but nonetheless, the trend was bullish already. What I didn't know, what maybe made me second guess or anything, was exactly this, that the CPI came out here at 230 with 7% of inflation. This is a huge, big number, especially if we consider that the target for the Fed overall in the longer time frame is 2%. So we are very, very, very high. The point is that was as expected, didn't exceed expectations from the economists. So what I thought was that possibly this whole move that we already saw. This is 50 pips, is not a lot, but it was a bullish move that could have been already a pricing in of the inflation, that we could get even a retest of this previous area, which was, or even 23, which is the previous highs on the hourly time frame, and then possibly going down. Also, as you can see, look at how it closed the New York candle. I mean, it was not clear. Even for taking trades afterwards, I stayed these 2 hours on the market, and then I stayed these 2 hours. It was not a clean price action. It was not clean. And as you can see, the only thing that I sort of regret was not being clear, having the clear mind and a nice state of mind, calmness to identify, because I was looking at it, I was seeing these candles. So we had the inflation, we had whipsaws, huge whipsaws, but we identified that the price, I identified that the price was never breaking below here. We were still maintaining this bullish time frame and trend. As you can see, also if you look at the lows of the candles are increasing, and we were never closing below here, and we were still in this bullish. We could feel the bullish pressure. What I didn't identify was this area, which was sort of I mean, this point was tested multiple times. I'm not saying that I would have entered here, but I think that in the future, what I would like to do and would like to be able to do with a fresh mind is to, okay, I see bullish pressure. I don't know where I can enter. I don't have to wait a break and retest candle exactly. We're going to talk about this, but okay, identify bullish pressure, bullish momentum. I have this area of interest, which can be even here or here. Place a fucking buy limit. Look at this. 15 pips is still below the PSA. And I mean, with this huge volume and volatility, even if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. I mean, but the confluence is there. Bullish momentum, high inflation, still a lot of bullish pressure. And if the price goes there here, even if it goes and rejects here, I have plenty of time to get out with partials or without, with a small loss or even a full loss. Doesn't really matter. But after missing this move, from 3 p.m. I sort of left the chart around here, and this was actually another missed opportunity here, especially here. This is a clean break and retest, and it's not like a break and retest that is in one candle, so it's quite impossible to enter. That is giving you a pin bar, this nice pin bar, this red one, and multiple retests. Also this one is also a candle setup that I studied a lot. At the candle close, this would have been pretty nice. I mean, you already have another further confirmation of price trending bullish at the same key level, even easier. This one was even easier, and would have gone at least to 30 pips here, and possibly closing here, even if it 43 pips is fair enough. After seeing that price is not reaching there, it's 42.6, so it's absolutely fine. But as you can see, the price moved immediately. So in insight, this was a very good trade idea, and it's not just because I see the price, but because I can see. I mean, if you look at the chart right here, you have the break and retest of a key level in continuation of a bullish trend. Even better, this trend line, multiple touches here, So it was absolutely the trade was there, and I missed it. But as you can see, it's very, the important part for me is to always check it and monitor and get better, improve. Let me just remake this one because it was actually good. Let me save it. Okay. After that, I came back again on the charts here at around 4. What happened was that price was in this nasty range. I was looking for breakouts of 18.25 and 26 or below, but price was just ranging, and at 5 I quit. But as you can see, even though we got another retest much quicker of the 1820, the real clean breakout of this PSA happened only later on, like 6:30 Central European time, and after that, even look at the volume, it made only 30 pips and it's just bouncing against the next key level. So it was not the cleanest 1 minute chart of all the time, but indeed I had 2 opportunities. One is identifying this rejection and placing a buy stop over there, and second one, entering here. This one in insight should have been the easiest trade ever. Break, retest. This is a clean double bottom. This is a triple bottom at the level here. The price is not breaking. Look at the pin bar. Tried to go here. Same level actually, as you can see. Or basically grabbed the liquidity at the same level and then went up. So this is the 2 trades that I should have taken based on all the confirmations that I have and that I found that I can identify live during the trade. Yes, this one should have been, and this one wasn't on the chart, but I left the chart around at 15.15. Would have been pretty nice. Inside New York Stock Exchange didn't actually alter anything, just made a lower wick and then went back up. But I should have taken it. Some trades over here. Let's dig into Bitcoin, and basically the same. I didn't take any trade even on Bitcoin. As you can see, same thing. Very slow London session. Look at the volume, was disgusting. In New York, just a completely random 75 pips move. And after that, yes, price started trending. Yes, here I wasn't on the chart. For sure was more trendy than was gold. It was printing higher lows, higher highs. So indeed, it was a bullish trend. But yeah, I can see now for sure. I mean, a couple of entries. So you identify here. Identify that the price is trending bullish. Here you have another retest. This is not clean, but is retesting these previous highs. You have the break of the PPL, the key level. And I mean, you have a bounce and you have 2-4 minutes of continuation bullish. Possibly this one would have been a nice entry. But even cleaner, when you saw price continuous bullish, this is a very strong break and retest and it's very visible. And this one I think should have been the nice entry. The only thing was that we were I mean, 10 minutes before the CPI, so it was not a pretty entry, would have not been a pretty entry. CPI, quick lower wick and then just back up. It did quite a little bit, trended a little bit more rather than gold. There's no, it's not as whipsawy, but after the same, it started ranging all New York afterwards, ranged in 25 pips. Even I saw this breakout, no retests. I mean, only afterwards when I was not on the chart, a clean retest, but here was bouncing exactly at the previous highs. I think here, yeah, you can see I already identified it, started bouncing, made a quick, but I mean, in this, if you're here, are you still bullish? Are you bearish? I mean, you have bearish pressure. The price is staying low. Yes, you have bounces here, but how can you be not sure, but how can you be confident that the price is going to go up? Maybe with the retest of the PPL, but as you can see, I mean, we are in 25, even here. Yes, you get to 30 pips, but is this where you want to fight when, especially when Bitcoin can do 100 pips in a few minutes? I don't think so. So it was not an easy peasy day on the 1 minute chart, especially. Let's go on Bitcoin here. I mean, on the hourly is much more clean. We had a break, a retest, but still we are ranging. I mean, this is a 50 pips range. It's not a lot, especially when the price can do a lot, much more. So no rush, no hurry. We found these spots that I should have taken, especially on gold. As you can see, were much clear here that I was not on the chart, and here with a buy stop I should have been pretty easy, but it is what it is. And this is the recap for today. See you guys tomorrow.